So we're here with the Escalade again for another video on this car. So today what we're going to be doing is a little bit of an upgrade when it comes to the rear entertainment. So if you have kids, this is something you may want to stick around and listen to, because this Escalade, specifically mine, is a 2016, and it has basically the audio controls in the back for the DVD player or for whatever you want to watch in the back seat. Now the problem with that is they still have a pretty much audio video connection cables, AV cables if you want to call them, the red, the white, and the green, or the red, the white, and the yellow, sorry. Female connectors in the way. Those were back from like the 80s, 90s, where you hooked up all those connectors to give audio and video to the, basically, to the monitor. And that's how you hooked everything up. Now, that's not the only case. With this thing here, this car has pretty much a Bluetooth setup. So if she's my daughter usually that watches her movies and then when we're taking trips, when she is watching a movie, she has the actual headset for the Cadillac that came with the Cadillac. The problem with that headset, because my daughter is only 3 years old, her head is this tiny. You can hear her in the background if you can. But anyways, those things fall off here constantly, and it's kind of frustrating because sometimes you're on a trip, she wants to watch the movie, she can't. Sometimes we even have to we have to stop listening to the music we're listening to up front for her to listen to her movie because her headphones keep falling off her ear because they're too big. Another thing with the Cadillac headphones is the fact that basically they're battery operated. Basically, you got to replace batteries. Problem with that is when you have a 3-year-old back there, even as us parents, we forget to turn them off. They'll be on all day, all night. All of a sudden, next day she goes to use them, and the headphones do not work anymore. And we have to get another set of AA batteries, which can get expensive over time. So what I'm gonna be doing is, I'm gonna be doing a couple upgrades. I'm gonna be upgrading to where anything that comes out of that monitor is Bluetooth transmitted to a pair of headphones that I got her that fit her head perfectly. Now, I'm gonna have everything that I'm gonna use today in the video in a link down below so you guys check that out. Another thing I'm gonna be upgrading is as well is that 12-volt outlet in there. Basically the cigarette lighter plug, that 12-volt car outlet that's at the bottom right-hand corner of that whole center section. We're gonna be using one that has basically a USB and 2 USB-C outputs, but I'm gonna be taking that one out from the factory and we're gonna be wiring a whole new one in there so she can get proper connections, and we'll have fast charging as well. This little outlet as well has a little display that shows how many voltages is coming out of there. But we're gonna hardwire that thing. So we're gonna remove that entire panel, remove that outlet, replace the outlet, and I'm gonna show you how to do all that stuff today. So before we get on with the build, I'm gonna show you exactly what we're gonna be using. Now, everything I'm gonna show you is a description down below that is gonna be right off of Amazon. So that does help support the channel if you guys buy it from there. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, but this is the things I found that works the best. One is gonna be the wireless transmitter. It's gonna be this thing. It is basically a small little transmitter. It comes with a 3.5 millimeter jack, also your AV connectors, and a charging cable. Next is gonna be the Altec headset. Now this is a kid's headset. Good thing about this, again, it does have noise canceling. It also has up to 15 hours of playtime, or, well, playtime pretty much. And of course, it is splash resistant. Kids, you know how they are. And it also does have basically active noise cancellation. Now, of course, what comes in the package is the headphones, charger, and a 3 millimeter jack, and the instructions. And the last thing we're gonna be using is this outlet, pretty much. This is what's gonna be replacing the current outlet that's in there. Now, a lot of people are gonna be like, why don't you just buy a regular plug-in? Well, the plugins can come off. Plugins can actually fail as well. This is gonna be hardwired to the car. This is gonna be like it's from the factory pretty much. And it has a regular USB-C and 2 USB Type-Cs. And in the center there, you can see there is a display right there that basically tells you how much voltage is going to it. And this is gonna be hardwired to it, which I'm gonna show you how to do that.
You'll need a small flathead screwdriver or a pick, a trim removal tool, a soldering gun, solder, some kind of wire cutters, wire strippers, and electrical tape. Alright, so we'll have to remove this back trim piece here. Now I was able to pull it out by my hands. You may need to use a trim removal tool in your case. Go ahead and then disconnect all your connectors here. You should have a total, I believe it's 6 connectors back here.
Okay, so now that we have the entire console out, you guys can check everything out here. You see how the clips are facing upwards? So that's how this thing goes on. It basically comes out from the top, and then you put it back down like this. So we basically push it down onto the clips. Now the wiring we're gonna be working with is this right here. Now it has a purple and yellow wire. You can see it right there. And it also has the black wire. I'm trying to get a focus here, but there you go. Black wire and a purple yellow. Black is ground, purple yellow is the one with power. Now, since I'm never going back to this connector ever again, more than likely I'm gonna actually cut this whole wiring off, this whole connector completely off, right at the base right here, just to get the most amount of wire to be able to solder into the other connector that's coming into this one. So basically all we're gonna be doing is cutting this off, peeling back some of the insulation, exposing some of the wiring, soldering everything together, or if you guys want, you guys could tap into this without having to cut this off. Again, in my situation, I'm not going to be using this ever again. Even if I trade out of the car, it's staying the way it is. That's pretty much it. So that's why I'm going to be basically cutting it off and hard wiring everything. If you want to do a tap, you could actually tap into this wire, maybe cut a little bit off here, a little bit off on this one, wrap the other wire around it, put some electrical tape around it, and call it a day. That is not a proper way to do it, but I'm gonna do this properly, and I'm gonna get a hard wire connection into this for the new connector. Okay, so for the people, real quick, everybody's probably wondering how the wireless transmitter works. So it's basically just the wireless transmitter. So if you're not looking for all this to get all this done and take everything apart like I just did right now, it's a simple way to plug it in. You plug in the wireless transmitter through the 3.5 millimeter jack. You plug in the 3.5 millimeter jack, both male ends to each other. Turn on the wireless transmitter. Turn on whatever headset you're pairing, pair them up, you're good to go. That's it, you're done. To me, I wanna do this, I'm gonna make it all nice and perfect, like basically it's from factory. I'm gonna even hide some wiring. I'm gonna show you how I run everything into the car. Again, this is my way of doing this because I don't like wires everywhere. I want it to look as clean as possible, like it was from factory. So that's why I go through all this just to get this done. And anybody that's like me and likes everything looking all nice and tidy inside their vehicle, this is the best way to probably do this.
So let's cut the connector right out of this. I'm gonna cut it right at the base like I said. Once you cut that out, the insulation tape, go ahead and cut that off. Just be careful not to cut the wiring. And I would only peel back as much as you're gonna need, so it shouldn't be too much here. Once that's done, go ahead and cut off the insulation off the wiring. Expose the bare wires. Once you're done with that, now you're gonna take the wiring from the new connector, cut the ends off of it. Same thing, expose the bare wiring. And now we're gonna go ahead and just install your heat shrink first. And now we're gonna make our connections. Make sure you got a proper connection there. Take your soldering gun and your solder. Solder them together. Do the same thing for both sides. Of course, both wires have to be properly soldered in. Let the wiring cool down for a little bit. And install the heat shrink right over it. You use a lighter or a heat gun to heat up the heat shrink. And then take your electrical tape or I use cloth electrical tape here in this instance here, kind of just to match the factory. And give it a nice wrap, make it look again just like factory.
Okay, so now that we have that hooked up already, we got it all soldered in, pretty much all done up like factory. I was gonna cut how long the cables are, but I'm not. I'm just gonna basically wrap them up all nicely, put a zip tie in it, and kind of tuck them in there so I still have all that length. I don't wanna have to resolder everything again. So basically just gonna keep all the length of the cable. Now I did go ahead and plug it in. They do have markings in there, positive and negative on the connector, so make sure you look for those. So it's hooked up right now. Let's go ahead and test it out. We're gonna go ahead and start the car up. We're not fully start, but let's just turn on, put some power here. All right, we got power. And there you go. We have our light. Got 11.9 volts, pretty much 12 volts. Let's hook up this cable here. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Give me a second, guys. That is a USB type. That is a USB type C. Let's hook it up to my phone. And there you go. We're charging. And we got voltage. So that's pretty much the concept of this. So now let's go ahead and put this piece inside of that console, and we should be all good to go.
So let's go ahead and remove the 12 volt outlet that's currently in there. There's a little plastic tab right here holding this in. You're gonna pull this one, and there's one on the other side, but on mine it was broken off. So we're gonna pull those back and then push down with your finger, and then the whole thing comes out. And then you have the trim that's in there. Just go ahead and break this off. You won't be needing this anymore. So go ahead and just pop that out. Now, to install the new one, it was fairly simple on my car because the actual hole was big enough to just screw this in and insert it inwards. On other cars, it may not be. You might have to make the hole a little bit bigger. So just check your car and your application that you're putting it in. So I just pretty much screw this thing all the way down till it just gets to the bottom base there. Then go ahead and align it. Once you're at the bottom, you can do this from the back, of course. Flip over the entire piece, and then just take your retainer, which is basically screws right onto the back of this. Just screw it all the way till it's basically hand tight pretty much. You don't have to be very, very tight. Again, this is not going anywhere once you tighten it up. And that's it. And this is what it's going to look like at the end when you're done. Again, it looks just like it came from the factory that way.
Okay, so right now everything is ready to go. Everything's ready to get put back. You guys can see everything here. That's hooked up back on there. Got it all nice and tidy there. And we just got to put everything back together. Now, personal preference is going to be I hate wiring everywhere. So I ran the wires behind the console here. I pretty much made a hole to put the 3.5 millimeter jack inside of the center console, so you can't see it. You can see the jack sticking into the outlet, but then it comes out and goes inside the center console, but it's going to come back out onto the center armrest, underneath my center armrest, pretty much. And that's where the transmitter is going to be. It's going to be in my center console in the front, and the power cable is going to run in there as well. So basically, I'm going to be able to turn it on and off when she needs to use it. And I'll be controlling the whole thing. That way, it's not sitting in the back. She's not grabbing it, and it doesn't get lost back there. I'll always have access to it. I'm probably gonna put some little Velcro somewhere in my center console there to just keep it on the side of the center console, and then that'll be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put back together here, and I'm gonna show you guys how everything looks at the very end.
So to reinstall this, it's kind of a pain. So first, make sure you plug in all your things back in. This is not the hard part. This is the simple part. Just make sure you don't leave anything unplugged. Then to put it in is where it becomes a little bit of a hassle. Basically, you gotta kind of slide the bottom tabs in first and kind of slightly prop it up on an angle, and then push it downwards. And that's how it'll pop in. Now, it took me about a good 10 minutes of messing around with this before I was actually able to get it in and flush in the way it should be. Just be careful and be patient that you don't break the tabs. You break any of those tabs and you're pretty much gonna have a piece that will not sit flush on there. So just take your time and be patient. Believe me, it will go back in.
Okay guys, so I have everything all set up here. So everything's put together, everything's ran. Now again, this is for somebody that wants to also upgrade that center console piece. I did it because I wanted to have constant power to this thing, so it never dies out, I never forget to charge it. It's always gonna have power going to it. And I wanted to upgrade. Now, of course, if you wanna do the same thing in a simpler way, buy one of those little plugs that plug into the 12 volt, you got the same exact thing. You need a USB-C or one that has 2 or 3 little female adapters in it. That's all you need. But I wanted to do it more factory looking because that's how I like everything to look on my vehicles, and I'm kind of OCD that way. So I make myself make it look better, and it's a little bit harder job, but I love the way it came out anyway. So let me show you everything here real quick. So the transmitter's right there, wiring is ran right through there. You can see it's on. My daughter's in the back seat over here watching Minions. Sound coming through the her little headphones now that I bet won't fall off her head. She is such a cute little one. Can I hear the headphones for a second? Yeah. Can I have them? Let me see. 2 seconds. I'm gonna give it right back to you. If you guys can hear the sound, I got the microphone and the headphones right next to each other, so if you guys can hear that. Again, these are low level headphones, 85 decibels. There you go, mommy. 85 decibels is the highest, so they won't hurt her ears, or she can't raise it any higher than that. They do got sound canceling or noise canceling as well. Transmitters in here. You close the lid. Can't see anything there. Can't see anything out here other than the 12 volt down here that's hooked up down there. And of course, once it's done, I can shut off the power to it. It turns off right inside of there. When she gets in the car and wants to use it, I turn the power back on. It also has the 12 volt outlet. It also has 2 more plugs left over. A USB Type-C. USB Type-C, and actually 1 more because I got, actually no, I do have 2 more plugs left on it. 2 USB-Cs left on there. So my son with an iPhone 15 could plug right into that thing as well. I don't have to use like the wall jack on the other side, which is 120 volt. Don't really need it. Just plug right into that if he wants to charge his phone when he's back here. Other than that, we're good to go. My setup in the front is a little bit different. Show you guys really quick before the end of the video. I pretty much have a magic mount on there with a Pro Clip backing, and then a USB Type-C cable coming out through here. I don't have all these fancy wireless Apple CarPlay because to me, the sound is always better when it's directly connected through wire. Plain and simple. It might be nice and a cool feature to have wireless Apple CarPlay. My wife's Pathfinder has it, but I'd rather have direct connect because you got a lot better sound. But anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys did like the video and did enjoy this. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.